Hey guys, in today's video, we'll be taking a look at Blissey EX from the Twilight Masquerade expansion set. This Pokemon is so tanky and it has a lot of HP. It's only a stage 1, but 300 HP is a lot of HP to get through. It has the ability Happy Switch. Once during your turn, you may move a basic energy from one of your Pokemon to another of your Pokemon. Now we're going to take advantage of this ability and I'll explain in a little bit. But it has an attack called Return for 3 colorless energy. It deals 180 damage, and you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. To help us energize its attack, we can use the double turbo energy, which counts as 2 colorless energies, but it will reduce your attack by 20 less damage. And with Blissey EX's ability, you can probably move energies around so that you can fully energize its attack. We will be using a lot of these dark energies, and the reason for that is because we will be utilizing MUNKIDORI with the ability Adrenabrain. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon has any dark energy attached, you may move up to 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So basically what we're going to try and do is tank a lot of hits with Blissey EX, and then we're going to use Happy Switch to transfer those dark energies between MUNKIDORIs. And while you have MUNKIDORI, you can then move those damage counters from Blissey EX to your opponent's Pokemon. And of course, the more MUNKIDORIs you have in play, the more damage you'll be removing from Blissey EX and transferring them to your opponent's Pokemon. It is worth noting that I'm using this Chansey as Blissey EX's pre-evolution because of its ability Lucky Bonus. If you took this Pokemon as a face-down prize card during your turn and your bench isn't full, before you put it into your hand, you may put it straight to your bench. And if you put this Pokemon onto your bench this way, you flip a coin, and if it's heads, you actually get to take 1 extra prize, which is pretty awesome. So always be happy when you know that one of your Chansey is prized, because there is potential that you could take an extra prize, even winning you the game because of it. Keeping Blissey EX alive is one of our priorities, so we also have Sharon's Care. You put one of your colorless Pokemon that has any damage counters on it and all attached cards back into your hand. So with this, we can in a sense recycle our Blissey EX, especially when it's heavily damaged, and continue to reset up a new one with full HP. I will also be using Hero's Cape. You can only have 1 A-Spec card in your deck, but this one gives the Pokemon this card is attached to get plus 100 HP, making Blissey EX to have 400 HP. As for the other cards worth noting, I also have Technical Machine Turbo Energized. This allows you to use the attack Turbo Energized for 1 colorless energy. You search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards and attach them to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. This will allow you to put those dark energies in play and start using MUNKIDORI's ability. Blissey EX is prone to being instantly knocked out, because that's one way your opponent can knock out Blissey EX. That's why we also have Mist Energy. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides colorless energy, but it prevents all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to the Pokemon this card is attached to. Anyways, that's pretty much the gist of this whole deck. It's just to tank a lot of hits, transfer those damage counters from your Blissey EX back to your opponent's Pokemon with MUNKIDORI. In most matchups, your opponent will just give up because they cannot knock out your Blissey EX. The only way to win against Blissey EX is if your opponent is a fighting type, or any Pokemon that can one-hit knock out Blissey EX, or if they can continually target your MUNKIDORIs and take multiple prizes for it. While there are many ways that you can work around Blissey EX, this tanky Pokemon is definitely not one to be trifled with. Also, shout out to Hitmonchanting for showcasing this build idea. Anyways, that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below, and now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing Blissey EX. Before we get into the video, I have a small request. If you're liking the content I create, please leave a like to this video, and please support this channel by subscribing if you haven't already. This is a small click for you, but for me, it means a lot. Thank you so much for all of your support. Alright, on to our first match. I am going first. I prefer going first with this build, but to be honest with you, I don't really think it really matters. But we're going to start with a Chansey in the active spot. And looks like we're going against a future type build. Got a Nest Ball. I could take MUNKIDORI, but you can actually set that up later. So I'm just going to set up another Chansey. I think the main goal is to just put 1 energy to 1 and have multiple Blissey EX lineups as soon as possible. If I had to guess, this is probably an Iron Hands EX build. And I think the only way around this matchup really is to use Iron Hands and target either our Chansey or our MUNKIDORIs and take an extra prize for each one. So if they can knock out at least 3 of them, they can win this game. But let's see if my opponent can manage to set up Iron Hands. And what we need to do is set up our Blissey EX as soon as possible. They're gonna hit for 60 damage with Miraidon, peak acceleration, then accelerate those energies to their Pokemon, namely to their Iron Hands EX. And they also have Grass Energy, so I'm pretty sure they have Iron Leaves EX in this build as well. Pretty strong build for sure. I'm just gonna test the double turbo energy, and I'm gonna use Professor's Research, sacrifice everything, and we got Blissey EX and a bunch of Munkidoris. All right, we also have Artisan, so let's go ahead and set up another Chansey. So we have one actually prized, so that could help us get an extra prize later. But we need to get this Chansey out of the active spot. I could start transferring damage counters. Let me use Happy Switch for now. Transfer this Dark Energy to Munkidori. And transfer at least 3 of these damage counters onto their Miraidon. So with Munkidori's ability, you can only transfer, once you've initiated to transfer those damage counters, you can only transfer to 1 Pokemon. So you can't spread them around. So with my opponent's setup, we should be able to survive an attack. They're only hitting 60. They're still not knocking out Chansey, so we should be okay. But there's another Iron Crown EX that will increase their attack even further. And yeah, that should be enough to knock out our Chansey because they're hitting for 80 damage now. Yes. Exactly the amount they needed to knock out our Chansey. Very unfortunate, but that's fine. Now we can start attacking with our Blissey EX at least. But the downside is they have their Iron Hands EX fully energized. So let's see how this goes. We got Technical Machine Turbo Energized, but I think priority here is just take as much prizes as we can. I have boss orders. I could target their Iron Hands and deal some initial damage already. So I guess I'll just do that. Attach an energy. And Artisan another Munkidori. So when they attack our Blissey EX, we can transfer a lot of damage counters to our opponent's Pokemon. So we're just gonna return, deal 160 damage because the double turbo energy is lowering our attack by 20, and then we also get to draw until we have 6 cards in our hands. So I guess it's optional. You can choose to draw. If not, you don't have to. So with 4 energies to my opponent's Iron Hands, they don't get a boss orders, but they will use Professor's Research. But no, they're just gonna attack for 240 damage. Alright, so our Blissey EX survives. I could probably transfer enough damage counter to their Iron Hands EX so we can knock it out this turn. And then we can still have an attack out. So let me go ahead and transfer 3 damage to their active. We can use Happy Switch to transfer this Dark Energy to our next Munkidori. Adrena Brain for another 3 damage. And we're 1 damage counter away from knocking it out, unfortunately. I'm probably just going to use Arven, get Ultra Ball, and I'll just thin out my deck by getting this TM Turbo Energize. And I can probably use it as fodder too. So I'm just going to discard it, get Blissey EX, and then evolve this benched one. And then we can transfer that Dark Energy 1 more time. And then we can knock out this Iron Hands EX just by transferring those damage counters. That's pretty crazy. And all the while healing, technically healing our Blissey EX by removing those damage from it. So we get 2 prizes for that. Very nice. And we still, ooh, we got a Chansey. Let's go. Can we get an extra prize here? Yes! Very nice. And we got an Arven, nice. So that leaves us with 3 prizes left to win this game. And we still have an attack that we can deal this turn. Then the XP share will allow us to preserve this dark energy if my opponent manages to knock out Blissey EX. So we'll get an attack out here, knocking out their Miraidon and drawing until we have 6. We got Share and Scare and another prize. So we got 2 more prizes to go. This is definitely going our way. And our Blissey EX still has 250 HP to go. So, I mean, it is possible if they can get an Iron Hands EX out. And they have a lot of damage. Damage buffs that they can put out to increase their attack. So, there's the Iron Hands. Right? Electric Generator and Future Capsule. And they got 2 energies with this Electric Generator. Hey. Will they retreat it? No, they're just gonna use Peak Acceleration. They're almost there, but not quite, right? So, Blissey EX is such a tank. It is the ultimate tank in the game right now. And with Munkidori, removing those damage counters is just really, really funny. But we can use Share and Scare too to remove it. But for now, let's preserve these damage counters so that we can transfer it with Munkidori and transfer it to their Miraidon. Transfer it to our next one. Adrena Brain. Remove another 3. And I actually want to get this Blissey EX out. So I'm going to transfer it to Chansey. That way once we use Share and Scare, we still have attached for turn. Energy attachment for turn. That way we can attach it to this Chansey, evolve it to Blissey EX, and then we can attack. Put this Hero's Cape and renewed 400 HP. And I guess we don't really have any damage counters to... I should have... Well, we needed to transfer that 1 energy, right? To reset this one. And... Oh, you know what? I should have just transferred it to Iron Hands. We'll get 1 prize for this attack. Yeah, because 160 damage is enough to knock out Miraidon anyway. That was my mistake. That's a little bit of a misplay there, but I should have transferred those damage counters to Iron Hands EX. That would have dealt 60 damage to this one. Oh, counter catcher. And they're getting it. They're just gonna target our Munkidoris. And wait, what are they doing? Okay, boss's orders. Counter catcher, boss orders. But once they knock out our Munkidori with their Ampio very much, they can take 2 prizes for that. But they need 5 more prizes. They still need to knock out 3 of our Pokemon to win this game, so we need 1 more. But with all of their Pokemon with high HP, it's this is actually not looking good. I mean, we could knock out their Iron Hands. They still need to knock it out. Knock out 2 of our Pokemon. So if we can hit it once, if they knock out our Munkidori and then we attack it again, we can win this game. So we're still ahead as far as our turns. We use Iono. Maybe we can disrupt their hand a little bit here. Just as long as they can't retreat their Iron Hands, we should be okay. And Blissey EX should be able to survive an attack. So I'm just going to use Return, deal 160. And then, yeah, let's draw up to 6. And now it's up to my opponent's turn. Again, they still need to knock out 2 of our Pokemon. They have Counter Catcher. They'll target Munkidori. But it's a little too late for them. If they had been able to start up in that way, I think there would have been chance for my opponent to actually win this game. But As with Iron Hands EX, because it requires a lot of energies, that could be like the downfall for it, especially if you're able to energize it soon enough. But yeah, regardless of what they do here, they can knock out our Munkidori. They can take one extra prize, but then we'll take the last one with our Blissey EX. Okay, we can preserve that energy, but yeah, if we had transferred those initial 60 damage to... I guess it still wouldn't be able to knock it out, right? So this would have been the same outcome anyways. But there it is, our last attack with Blissey EX. My opponent definitely got around to our strategy here, but not enough for them to win this game. So we will take that win. Good game to our opponent. Alright, on to our next match. My opponent actually won the coin flip, but they let us go first. So we're gonna start with a Chansey. Hey, we're going against Dragapult EX. Alright, very nice. There's a lot of different variation of Dragapult EX. So I'm excited to try them out. I know a lot of YouTubers are gonna try and showcase it, but I gotta get my hands on that myself. So for now, we're going to set up as much Chanseys as we can. We have 4 in the deck, so we don't have 1 prize. So we can't expect any free prizes this matchup. But for now, I'm going to use Artisan, get Munkidori out, and then I'm just going to end my turn. Next turn, I'm going to evolve into Blissey EX. We have Ultra Ball, so we'll have at least 2 Blissey EXs available, and then use Professor's Research. Hopefully, get a double Turbo Energy out and start attacking as early as our second turn. So my opponent has Manaphy in their active spot. They're going to use Buddy Buddy Poffin to get Natu and Dreepy. So this is the Xatu version. So Xatu can accelerate a Psychic Energy from their hand to one of their bench Pokemon, because Dragapult EX, if you didn't know, has a very awkward energy cost to its attack. So Psychic and Fire, 2 different types of energies is required for it to attack. So there's the Xatu. They will be able to use TM Evolution with Manaphy and evolve into a Dracloak. So now it's our turn. We got Earthen Vessel actually. But for now, I'm just going to use this Ultra Ball because we're going to be using Professor's Research to discard our cards in our hand anyways. So might as well use up the cards that we have and evolve into our Blissey EX. 2 of them. And hopefully we get a double Turbo Energy here. Oh, that's very unfortunate. We missed it, but got another Chansey. And what I could do is attach this energy EXP share here and TM Turbo Energize. We can get 2 energies out and start attacking next turn. So unfortunately we had to delay a little bit, but with this Artisan, I'll set up another Munkidori. And let me actually use Happy Switch here. Let me switch this energy to Blissey EX for now. Unless, because if my opponent targets Munkidori, they could knock it out. But then again, it's fine. Let me accelerate these energies to Chansey and Munkidori. That way we have energy spread out. So even if they boss one out, boss one up into the active, knock it out, we'll have 3 energies available to us, and we can have Blissey EX start attacking next turn. So with Dracloak, it has the new ability that can allow them to look at the top 2 cards of their deck, put 1 in their hand, and put 1 on the bottom of their deck. So this is actually like a revised version of the old Pidgeotto in the Sun and Moon era, if I'm not mistaken. But a really, really great consistency supporter. But they're going to discard their Luminion V to use their Earthen Vessel to get more energies, Xatu to energize, and if they can get a Dragapult EX out, they can definitely start attacking They won't knock out Blissey EX, but they can spread damage. But the beauty about this matchup, though, is that Munkidori can just transfer all 6 spread energies back to our opponent. Because Dragapult EX deals 200 damage, then they can put up to 6, or they have to put 6 damage counters to our bench Pokemon. It's not a choice. It's a must. They have to spread 6 damage counters. So there's the Dragapult EX spreading those damage counters. And I think they're putting all 6 of them to our bench Blissey EX. And also dealing 200 damage to our active Blissey EX. So with 200 damage, we can actually survive 2 attacks here if ever. We can get Hero Escape, transfer damage counters from this active to their Pokemon. As long as they don't have Lost Vacuum to remove Hero Escape, we should be able to survive. So for now, let me go ahead and remove 3 damage counters from Blissey EX. And I think I will transfer it to Xatu. Because Xatu is their Energizer. If we can get rid of that, we might be able to disrupt them a little bit where they cannot accelerate energies and attack. So I'll just remove these. Even if they boss up my bench Blissey EX, we should be able to survive a 200 attack damage. So we're okay. So now what we need is Hero Escape to survive this. We can set up another Munkidori because we can transfer another energy and heal up our Blissey EX even further, right? Yeah, let's do that. We're almost there, but we need one more. I wish we could spread these damage counters, but you can only put it to one Pokemon, so that's fine. To ensure that we have extra HP, I'm gonna get Hero Escape and Energy Lotto. If we can get double turbo energy here, we don't have to transfer energies. Oh, we missed it again. What is up with that, man? I'll just put Hero Escape and end my turn here. Where are the double turbo energy? We're 24. We're more than half our deck drawn into, but out of the 4 double turbo energies, none has shown up yet. So that's a little bit disconcerting, but it's okay. If we can transfer these energies, we can still attack, so we should be fine. But what I'm gonna look for now is Sharon's Care. That way we can get this Blissey EX out of danger, prevent my opponent from knocking out anything, prevent them from taking any prizes. But yeah, with 3 Munkidoris, 9 damage counters away from our Pokemon and onto theirs, it's ridiculous. If we can just get Sharon's Care out soon enough, we can start taking knockouts before they can even knock out our Blissey, one of our Blissey EX. So with the Ultra Ball, they get another Dracloak. Recon Directive. And Collapse Stadium. Okay, this is pretty bad. I guess I could take out one Munkidori. Can spare that. And with Painful Spoons, Radiant Alakazam transfers 2 damage counter from our active onto our bench Blissey EX. Hoping to increase damage, that way if they do boss it into the active, they can deal 200 damage. and knock it out. So they're targeting our weaker Blissey EX, but again, we can just transfer those damage counters. Enough to survive a 200 damage attack, and also our active Blissey EX survives another one. We need that share and scare, but no way for us to draw into it. That's gonna be the dangerous part. But if we retreat our Blissey EX, if they don't have a boss orders, we should survive those damage counter spread. Let me just use Adrena Brain and make... I think I'm gonna transfer these ones from the bench, because this one will die from a 200 damage attack. Well, anyways, our active will too. So at least we got one prize for knocking out their Xatu. We got another Dark Energy. And I guess I could sacrifice my active and just take a hit on this Dragapult EX. But let me go ahead and get another Blissey EX. I need Iono to draw into more cards, so let's go ahead and get this one. And then if I can just get a switch or something, we can attack. Let's go ahead and use Iono. Let's use Iono. Okay. This is not looking good. There's the Sharon's Care. Come on, man. I thought you cared. It's a little too late. I might have to transfer energies to our actives. At least we can attack this turn. And then at least get some damage in on their Dragapult EX. That way we can knock it out in 2 turns. Let me transfer one to this Munkidori because we haven't used this ability yet. That way at least we can at least make this Blissey EX survive an attack from a Dragapult EX in case they set up another one. And then transfer one more energy to our active. That way we can deal 180 damage. Alright, very nice. Transfer this one. Then we're just gonna use return to attack 180. And then yes, we would like to draw cards. Nest Ball. Alright. Well, we can use Super Rod to recover our Munkidori and then continue to give back the damage counter they spread to our Pokemon. But slowly but surely we're gonna try and knock out their weaker Pokemon on their bench, but at least this one in the active is near knockout. Hey, Natu only has 50 HP. That's an easy target right there. Even with just 2 Munkidoris, we can prevent them from setting up a Xatu, but they're gonna boss our Munkidori. We might have to use Arven to get an recover these Munkidoris, but thankfully we have Sharon's Scare. We can actually make our Blissey EX survive an attack or survive another turn, especially with that Hero's Cape. And despite the spread of damage counters, it's not gonna be enough to knock it out because of 400 HP. That is crazy. But they will take out our Munkidori, and we will preserve our energy, so we should be okay. I can put this Blissey EX in the active because we don't have to worry about it being knocked out. And then Sharon's Care can take out our Hero's Cape Blissey. But for now, I have 3 transfers available, so I can transfer one to Munkidori. And then we can energize our active so we can attack, knock out their Dragapult EX. And then I can use Adrena Brain to get rid of these. 240. Well, it's not going to be enough to knock it out anyways. You take out this Blissey EX. Put this Hero's Cape. Hey, they concede. I will take it. Blissey EX cannot be knocked out. Alright, on to our next match. MUNKIDORI will go into the active spot. We got Dark Energy, which is really nice. We can use its ability, but our first priority is to set up our Blissey EX. And it looks like we're going against a Lost Zone type engine here. Got Chansey from our draw for our first turn. Very nice. We can start energizing it with double turbo energy. Just end our turn. We can't get our MUNKIDORI out of the active spot though. My opponent will use Clover's Experiment. Comfey looks at the top 2 cards of their deck. Put one in the Lost Zone and then put one in their hand. So no doubt Lost Zone builds are pretty efficient. And I'm looking into actually using that type of build for Dragapult EX. But I'm torn between using Xatu and the Lost Zone engine Dragapult EX. Because yeah, you have more versatility, right? More different types of attackers, single price attackers, which is really nice. But the only thing that kind of scares me is that you do have Comfey. And if you go against a Dragapult EX mirror match, I'm not sure exactly how well Comfey EX will survive against that. But with 4 cards in their Lost Zone, they're able to attack with Cramorant on the first turn, going second, knocking out our MUNKIDORI, which is not great. We can recover it with Super Rod, but we will need a Blissey EX here, otherwise we will lose this game. So I'm gonna use Iono. And we got a Blissey EX, very nice. So at least we can survive a turn here, but we need to set up more of our Chanseys and MUNKIDORI. So we'll take out this Cramorant for now. And still nothing to help us set up our basic Pokemon. Got a MUNKIDORI, alright. That's a start. But I'm probably going to use Iono next turn so that hopefully I can draw into more Chanseys and then set them up on our bench. Radiant Greninja will be put into play by our opponent. So Radiant Greninja, if they do use water energies, can target 2, but all of our Pokemon have 110 HP or more, so we're not too worried about that. But they have Giratina VSTAR, and that could be our potential losing that's gonna be the end for us if they can use their VSTAR power attack, because they can just instantly knock out our Blissey EX. I might have to add, I think, Mist Energy in this build to prevent that from happening on Blissey EX. But yeah, so we have 2 potential weaknesses for Blissey EX. Any Pokemon that can one-hit knockout, deal 400 plus damage, and those effects of attacks. So with Arven available to us, I will use this to get Nest Ball for another Chansey. And I think EXP share is great so that we can preserve an energy. Get Chansey. We have 2 in the deck, so 1 in play. That means we have 1 prize, so we could potentially get another prize if we get it. And with Earthen Vessel, I'm just going to get 1 and then just gonna thin out my hand here so that once we use our attack, we can draw more cards. And then I'll just knock out this conflict for another prize. Alright, we can evolve our Chansey, and then we can set up another one. Another Blissey EX in play. And go from there. So we're ahead in the prize trade. We've taken 2. We need 4 more prizes to go. We could hit knockout their Giratina VSTAR, but I am so scared right now because they're stacking up their cards in the lost zone. But they will set up another Cramorant on their bench. And Cramorant has a really neat attack because it can knock out our basics. Just like that. No problem. Okay, slowly but surely, they're building up their Lost Zone cards. And they have a boss's orders. And they're gonna boss my Chansey. Attack with Spit in his sleeve. Dealing exactly 110 damage, enough to knock it out for another prize. So we are just going back and forth with this prize trade. It's not looking great because we can't set up another Blissey EX right now. I mean, I could put this Hero's Cape to prevent them from knocking it out with their Cramorant. Energy Lotto gets us double turbo energy, which is nice. We can attach that here. And I think I'm just gonna attack. Knock out this Cramorant. Yeah, we can draw. Super Ride. Alright, cool. Come on, Chansey, where are you at? Basic Dark Energy, alright. Their Giratina VSTAR, once they evolve that, they're just waiting, basically, for the right opportunity. Oh, they have a Lost Vacuum. And that actually removes our Hero Escape, putting our Chansey back to 110 HP and in danger. So we gotta get that Blissey EX evolved. Super Rod. And they're taking Cramorant back to their deck. Concealed cards to draw 2. And a Nest Ball for another Cramorant. Bro, what is going on? Prime Catcher. Oh, they're they're gatekeeping my Blissey EX. If we can't evolve into another one, this is really bad. And they have 11 cards in their Lost Zone already. So there's the Giratina VSTAR ready to go. They're just waiting for that right opportunity. And with no more Chanseys available to us, we need to use Super Rod to recover. And I'll just recover these 3. We can use Ultra Ball to set 1 up again on our bench. And I can sacrifice these 2. And Munkidori is just not being very useful because they're not just damaging our Pokemon, they're knocking them out. That's crazy. They're just getting boss's orders left and right, and Prime Catcher. It's insane. Anyways, let's go ahead and use Return to attack their Cramorant for a knockout. And then yes, we will draw cards. So at this point, at least we've taken out that Cramorant. They have 3 cards in their hand. Pokegear. If we can take out 1 more Pokemon, and then if we get the Chansey, we have a chance to get 1 extra prize to win this game. I think that's the only way we can win it. Because, let's see. I don't know how they're getting boss orders. I feel like they just keep bossing our Chansey in the active. I don't know how they're doing it, but they are. Goes another Cramorant rescue board. Cramorant. And a boss! What? What is this? They just keep getting the bosses. Man. Oh. This is not great, man. My opponent's RG is too awesome. And all they need is to accelerate 2 energies to their Giratina VSTAR, and then they can just instantly knock out our Blissey EX. We don't have any way to prevent that in this deck either, so let's see. We should have another Iono in the deck. I need an Iono. Come on, dude. Alright, we're just gonna get Arvin then. Put this there, and then I can use sacrifice this double turbo energy, get another Chansey. But yeah, if they have a way to accelerate those energy, we're done for. Come on, Chansey. So we'll take out Cramrat. That leaves us with 1 prize left. If we take a Chansey, oh, of course, it had to be the last prize. Well, I guess we're not lucky. It is unlucky, because that's what the ability is, right? But anyways, we could have won that actually. Well, there's a possibility, because you do have to flip a coin. You have to flip heads to actually get that extra prize. But we could have won that. We could have won that. But there's the Mirage Gates. They have the energies in their deck to power up their Giratina VSTAR. And Comfey can just easily retreat. They can use their VSTAR power attack, Star Requiem, for an instant knockout against Blissey EX. We were so close, but not quite. Oh, that's a pretty close game though, I gotta admit. Good game. And that's it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching the Popsicleknight channel, and until next time, please stay safe and have a great day.